Okay, I'm still going from the same situation I had last time. REPL's not really working for me, so you can be in REPL. Just go into your script file and do what I do in your script file. I'm again going to use Atom and just save and refresh my browser to see the changes. Alright, so I need dimensions, and I guess I'll make it a 10 by 10 board. Let cell size equal, I don't know how crazy you want to go. We'll do 20 maybe cell size, and then we'll say let canvas size equals cell size times dims. So the canvas will be 200 in this case, but if you change those numbers, it'll affect the size of the board for you. So let's put on a canvas. So equals create element canvas. We need a two-dimensional context, so we got to add the canvas to the body of the document. And then we got to set the size of it. And there we go. I guess we want to create a grid. So let's create a function for drawing. We'll do that in you know what, that's fine. So let's say, so function draw, and this is going to be our draw function, and we're just going to say for let row equal 0, as long as row is less than dims. Run this function and increase row by 1. Inside of there, we're going to do the same thing for column. As long as column is less than dims, we'll increase it by 1 and run this loop. Alright, so I will have a something by something, well, in this case a 10 by 10 grid, and we're going to draw. So we're just going to say let color equal light gray. Well, I'm going to choose a thing, I guess. I'll do number CCC, and then we will say for, I'll come back to this in just a second. Check if cell is in snake. Check if cell is in food. And then we'll draw it. So we'll change the color if it's in the snake or if it's in the food. And so we're going to say, we'll handle that later. But otherwise, we're just going to draw it sort of gray. You know what? I like a dark purple. So let's do 102, or maybe 20. We'll do 103, maybe. Let's see what that looks like. And that'll be the background. And I guess the cell edges will be white. So let border equal white. That can go above. That doesn't. They'll all be white. It doesn't really matter where you put it. And then I'm going to say ctx dot rectangle row times cell size. Well, this will be column actually. Row cell size, and it'll be cell size and width, and cell size and height. I need to set the stroke style equal to border color. Set the fill style equal to color. And then I'm going to say ctx.fill, ctx.stroke. And that should, whenever I call draw on my canvas. So I've added a canvas, got in the 2D drawing context so I can draw on it, set the size, blah, blah, blah. Looks good. Let's see if that works. I don't see anything. Let's see if I got errors or no errors. I do have a canvas. It's 200 by 200. Oh, I don't think I've ever called the draw function, so I've defined the draw function, but I now need to call it. And it complains, draw cell is not defined. Where is that? Snake 23, snake 11. Oh, I don't know how that happened. Cell size, okay. Alright, there's our grid. It is a little too dark for me. Also, I want to center things, so argument.body.style.textLine equals center. Maybe I'll do 205. That looks better to me. Looks good. Okay, so let's make a snake object, and yeah, I guess so. Let snake equal array, and I will start you, I guess, in the middle. So we need a cell here, and I'm just going to say dims. We want to round down, I guess. So math.floor dims divided by 2, comma math.floor dims divided by 2. So if it's a 10 by 10, half of that would be 5. So you'd be at 5, 5 as your cell. If you have a 11 cell grid, half of that would be 5.5. So then we round down to 5. So it is what it is. You got to pick a cell to start off with, and you just have one little cell, and then let direction equal, and I'm going to make this an object. So that's something new that we haven't done a lot of yet, is using objects. This is just an empty object. Direction.x, I can set a property, and I'm going to call that, let's see, I guess, well, I'll say row. Direction.row equals 1. Direction.column equals 0. So this is the direction. If you let it go, it's going to move. So, well, not yet. Right now it just draws. It doesn't do anything. But we need that direction object. So we have a snake object, we have a direction object. Let's color things based on if the cell that we're drawing, of all these cells in the grid, let's make sure that if they're in the snake, we color them differently. So I'm going to say for that cell of snake, we'll say if cell 0 equals row, and if cell 1 equals column, we're going to say color equals, and we're going to choose a color. I'm going to do hue, saturation, lightness. The hue is going to be 100. I think that's green. The saturation will be, let's say 100% for now, and the lightness will be 50%. So if it's in the snake, it's going to get colored that way, and that should be good. Let's see what that looks like. I don't see anything. Did I saw snake? I have snake. I have direction. I think I need the begin path. So ctx dot begin path. Oops. Go here, and there we go. So now we can see the snake. All right. So that's there. We've got it drawn well enough. Maybe let's add another. Well, I guess let's already make it move. So we've got the direction. We've got the snake. We've got the draw function. I guess we'll start by making a let food equal, I don't know. We'll put in a 3, 4. That'll be the food, and we will say, if the thing is in the snake, do that. And then we're checking the food here. If cell of food is in there, then we will make this, I guess, a pink. So lightness, I go to 80. And let's see if that shows up. Okay, so there's a piece of food. Maybe I'll make it not quite so light. So 70, 90. Yeah, whatever. There's food. All right, I want the snake to move now. So what are we going to do? Let's make a move function, just like we made a draw function. I'm going to call this update, actually. And what it will do is say, I think all we got to do right now is just change the one thing in snake. So I have my snake object, and right now that's an array. What that looks like is an array with 5, 5 in there. So that represents its position. It's row and it's column. What we want to turn that into is we're going to add direction row to the row and direction column to the column. So it's going to turn into 6, 5. So how do we do that? I'm going to comment that out. We're going to say, so snake, let new head equals snake dot pop. That will remove an element from this. I think it takes the last element. So push pop. Geez, how does that work? You know what? I'm not entirely sure. So we're going to try this. So the idea was that we really want to take off the tail and put a new head on. I'm not sure if pop is going to take the last element or the first, so I might pop the head off and put a new head on. Right now there's only one thing, so we're not going to notice a difference. But later we will. So Right now this should work, so you might need to fix it though. If we do need to fix it, it's easy. I can just do snake.reverse pop and then reverse it again. So I can flip the order that way. I'm not sure that I need to, but I'll do it this way for now. So let the new head, we're going to pop that out. I'm going to say new head is equal to an array with the new head's first number plus direction.row, and then the new head's second number plus direction.column, and that's the new head. And now I'm going to say snake.push new head. That should update the snake. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this thing, and then I'm going to wait a while. So set timeout, and I need a function, and then I need how long I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait 5 seconds. That's 5,000 milliseconds. And then the function, you do function, parentheses, curly brackets. In the curly brackets, I'm going to put it what I want to happen in here. So I'm going to say update and then draw again. So let's see what happens when I run that. Okay, so 5 seconds later, it just sends a row. So we are moving. That is good. Awesome. So what I just used there was called the JavaScript's timeout function. It will run the function that I specify here in the first part after this many milliseconds. So if I wanted it to go faster, I could just wait a second. Maybe I'll wait half a second. And let's try that again. So there you go. Now this fires once. What I can do is say set interval, and that will fire every. This will always fire. This will continue to fire. So if I save that and refresh, I've now got a game with some motion. Every game is basically the same in its main loop. It's update, draw, update, draw, update, draw. That's all it does over and over again. So that's pretty good. So let's add some controls. We already got the game working, so let's add some controls. So let's say canvas.on. No, I'm sorry. I'll say window.onKeyPress. I'm going to have an event handler, and this is for when I press a key. So right now, I'm just going to say alert. I'll just do console.log e.key, and you'll see what happens. If I press F5, the snake moves, but now I'm going to press keys. I just pressed O, I pressed P, TYU. All of that's appearing in my console, so I can see what key I pressed. If I press the up arrow, it seems like nothing is happening. But I can use WASDA. Why doesn't up arrow work? I don't know. Anyway, I don't have to use key. I could do key code. And let's see if that changes things. So if I do WASDA, I get 119 for W, 97 for A. Now let me try up arrow. I'm still not detecting the arrow keys. Not sure why that is. So I'm just going to use WASDA. So I'm going to say the key. I'm going to use e.key. And I'm just going to say switch e.key. And we'll say, in the case that we have a W, we'll do something. We'll say direction.row if I'm going up, I want row to be -1, and I want column to be 0. That should be good. And then, if I press A, I want to go left, so column will be -1 and row will be 0. And then if I press S, I will go down, and if I press D, I will go to the right. And that's okay for now. Let's try this. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to press W, and I go up. A, I go left. S, I go down. D, I go right. And so I've got motion. I now want to be able to eat the food, which I don't do right now. So maybe let's try that. However, you'll notice that I can go down and up, which is kind of illegal for most snake games. But with one body part, it's not too bad. So let's make it so I can eat food. Okay, so in my update function, when I come up with the new head, now I said the new head is pop. Maybe I'm going to say old head. Let old tail, I should say, is what I pop off. And then new head will be old's head. Old head. Old tail, so plus the direction. And then I add that to the list. So what can I do? I can say for that cell of food, and we'll say if cell 0 is equal to, well, I need to calculate the new head first. So this has to go after here. So first calculate the new head, and then if the cell in the food list is equal to new head 0, and if the cell in the food is, the second number is equal to the new head's second number. So if it's the same, I should say and. So if the cell is, if the new head is in a cell that has food, I want to remove that cell from the food, and I want to, I don't know how to do that. Maybe food.delete, maybe it's remove. Cell, I'll try this first, and then we add the new head to the snake. So let me try, no, that's not, well, first let's see if that works. I might get an error. Oh, I can't use arrow keys. Okay, errors. Can't access property 0. Old tail is undefined. Old tail, I popped it off of the snake. Which line is it complaining about? 83 maybe? So it doesn't like this. Oh, let. Maybe let new head. Okay. Old tail is undefined. How is that possible? Old tail is defined right here. It's right here. How is that undefined? What? Old tails should be defined because I take it out of the snake. So let's say snake snake.length -1. That'll be the last item in the tail. So I haven't removed it. I have just done that. What does this do? Oh wow. Okay, so I'm not removing the tail, and then it errors when I food.delete is not a function. So I don't remember remove element from array JavaScript. How do I do that? Let's try this. Can I do that? Okay, we'll try this. There's a couple methods we could use. If I use index of, I can find the position of something in an array, and then I can use splice to remove something at that point, at that index for so many spaces. So let's try this. Okay, so I get the, I know what that is. So I'm going to say in here. So in changes things. If I say for cell in food, I'm no longer going to get the array like 5, I'm going to get the number. So if there's only one thing in food, this is going to be 0. If there's a bunch of things in food and this is the second thing, it'll be 1. It's going to cycle through the indices of each thing. So instead of cell, I'm going to say food cell, and I've got to do that here too. Food cell. And then I can remove from food splice cell 1 maybe. So I'll remove that from the food, and then push the new head. Let's try that. I don't know if that'll work, but okay. Okay, I think it works. So it's not removing the old tails. Let me try to. I'm going to old tail equals snake.pop. I don't know why that wasn't working. It did work for a minute, so let's see if alright, so it does work. I remove it from the food list. I haven't grown, but it's kind of working. So what do? I'm going to not use pop. I'm going to set the old tail to the last element of the snake. I can... Let me check that actually. What does that shift do? You can delete items from the end of the array using pop. Alright, good. And beginning using shift. So I want to do it from the end. So I want to use pop. That's great. I think push adds things to the end. So I wonder. Anyway, that's okay. What am I doing? Atom. Okay, so I get the last element from the array. So old tail there. So I remove it from food. So I'm going to make a little boolean, I guess. So let eating equals false. If I do find a food, let me put little brackets here. I'm going to say eating equals true. And then once I get out of that loop, I'm going to say if not eating, I want to remove the tail. So I don't grow unless I'm eating. If I'm not eating, I get a new head, but I got to remove the tail. So I'm going to say snake.pop. And let's see how that goes. Okay, not bad. I gotta keep my tail moving too. So, and I don't collide yet, so that's good. Alright, so my update function, I get a new head, I remove it, and I attach it to the, so let's think about what I got going on. I think my algorithm was a little bit off. I removed the tail, add the new head, that should be good. I feel like I'm not removing the right thing. Snake.pop. Old tail. Then I splice that, and then I push it. So I made it a tail. That's what I did. So I guess what I'm going to do is do snake.reverse .push.reverse. Let me see what that does. Reverse. Huh. I don't know how to do that. Okay, reverse array JavaScript. There is a reverse. I don't know why that's not working. Okay, I think it. So if I have an array, it'll output the array. If I say array1.reversed, I log reversed, it'll do that. Careful, reverse is destructive. It changes the original array. So if I look at the original, that's what I want. Yeah, that's good. So I don't know. Let me break this up, I guess. So I'll say snake.reverse, snake.push, new head, snake.reverse. Let's try it that way. What? Why is it doing that? Okay, okay, gobbles. Maybe I don't want to reverse it again. Or maybe I push it. I don't know. Let's try. I'm just trying things out. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Boop. Dang it. Okay. So I remove the food. I get a new head. It's the old tail. Why doesn't that work? Gobble the food. What is it doing now? Push new head. New head should add the direction. Okay, so if it's, I take the old tail, I increase, oh, I get it. Okay, okay, I want the, so this is the old tail. I only remove it if I eat. The new head should be based on the current head. So I'm going to say snake 0, 0 and snake 0, 1. There we go. Let's try that. I don't know that these reverses are going to be necessary, but let's just see. Awesome. Okay, let me try that again. Boop. Oh, so good. Wait, what happened there? I guess it's just kind of weird looking, but it's alright. Alright, I think it is kind of working. So I guess in the next video we'll add collisions, but notice I can like back into myself, which is not good. So we're going to have to add some controls on how you can move the snake, and edge collisions, and make food spawn every so often. We'll do that in the next one.